Cameras are expensive, and if you're a small church, it might be hard to justify buying cameras for a live stream because then they'll just sit unused for 160 hours a week. So, why not use them for other things? In this video, I'll give you some ideas for ways that you can use your cameras throughout the week in order to create awesome content for your church. One easy way that you can use your cameras is to film high-quality video announcements for your church. These are a great way to communicate important information, events, and opportunities to your congregation. And you can make sure they look great by using the professional cameras that you already own. We don't do this for every video announcement we make, but for the more official and fancy ones, it's great to get some high-quality footage. Another way to use your cameras outside of a Sunday morning is to film testimonies and stories of the people in your church. Stories are powerful tools to inspire, encourage, and challenge your church body. You can film testimonies, interviews, or documentaries of people who have experienced God's grace, transformation, or healing in their lives, or stories of people who are serving or leading in different ways in your church. Of course, you can always invite people up on stage during service to share, but it's really great to be able to create these videos as something to look back on in the future, or to share on social media about the impact that your church family is having. A third way that you can use your cameras is to make highlight videos of events at your church. Everything from retreats and camps to conferences and outreach projects. Videos like these are a great way to showcase the life and culture of your church, and just to remember the fun that's been had. Depending on the types of cameras you have, you can also use them for photos at different midweek church events, whether that be small groups or classes, workshops, or prayer meetings. If that's something you want, make sure to take that into account when buying your cameras. For example, certain cinema cameras or camcorders aren't able to take photos, while most mirrorless cameras usually can. I'm not even going to mention PTZ cameras, which are basically useless outside of their set position in your sanctuary, and almost useless even then. Now, if you're going to start using your cameras during the week, there are some considerations you're going to want to keep in mind. First of all, you need to take care of your cameras. If you're using them more and carting them around, there's a much higher chance that something will break or they'll experience a greater degree of wear and tear. So make sure that you have a good case for them and that you handle them with care. You definitely don't want to damage or lose your expensive equipment, especially because you probably won't be able to replace it before your next church service. You also probably have very specific settings for your cameras when you use them for live streaming your service. So make sure those settings are saved in a custom profile that doesn't get modified when you use them for other things, or at least write them down. You don't want to mess up your settings and have to recalibrate your white balance and exposure every single Sunday morning. Finally, if your cameras are rigged up in a certain way for your services, make sure anyone using them knows how to re-rig them after they're done, or better yet, not actually take anything apart when they use them for other things. You don't want to have to rebuild your cameras every single time you make a video during the week. It's going to be a pain and it's not going to be worth it. Now, here's the thing. The cameras on our phones have gotten pretty good these days. They're not great options for a live stream due to the long distances and the dark rooms, but they do pretty well at photos and quick announcement videos. So if you feel like sharing cameras between your live stream ministry and the rest of your church is too much of a pain for you, just remember you can always whip out your phone to create any other content that you need. But if you want to use your cameras for more than just streaming or recording your service, then I hope this video gave you some ideas on how to do that. If you have the money to buy separate cameras to accomplish these things without sharing gear, that's obviously a better option. But you can justify these larger expenses more easily if you're able to get more use out of the items you're buying, which is what we're all about here on this channel. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any more like it. Until next time.